What's up, guys? Cyclone9 here. It's time for another stream. We're gonna be gambling, we're gonna be crafting, we're gonna be running endgame maps. What's up, guys? Cyclone9 here. It's time for another stream. We're gonna be turning down the volume on the other things around my computer. Yeah, we're gonna be running tier 15 maps on our Minion Infernalist. What's up, Evgeny? Petrov, welcome to the stream, man. Super glad to have you here. Kicking it. So yeah, we're going to be doing exercise challenges after each map completion so you can get fit with me while we grind in Rayclast. Yeah, let's start the stream. Happy to be here. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays to everybody. So yeah, I was doing some inventory organization before I started the stream today. And I was looking at all the various items that I have that I can be crafting on. And I think I'm going to start with some belt crafting today. It just sounded like a fun thing to do. I'm going to bring up another screen here so we can look at... Yeah, this is going to work. I got all my chats up. Got the screen I want to bring up so I can show you what you can actually craft onto any given belt. So that's a good place to start, knowing what you can actually craft onto a belt. That's going to be helpful, right? Let's put some more currency in my inventory. And let's show you this screen here right now real quickly so we can check it out together. So on a belt, the highest priorities, if you want to be crafting something, even just to upgrade your own gear or to sell for a lot of currency, the highest priority is going to be charm slots. You can get +2 to charm slots, which would give you the maximum amount of spots for charms, which would be 3 in total. So that's really what we're looking to roll on belts today. Right after that, I definitely want to be looking for chaos resistance. A high chaos roll is going to be phenomenal. This goes up to tier 6. So that's a good thing to know. I guess the very highest roll you get is 27% chaos res on your belt. That would be phenomenal. Any of the elemental resistances are great. They go up to tier 8. A high strength roll is always good on a belt. And then, of course, max life, max mana, max armor. I'm not a fan in any of the flask and charm stuff. I think that's more build specific and less general. So if any of these 4 roll on the belts, that's basically rip to that belt base. Don't want to see any of these, essentially. All right, let's get right to the crafting. All right, should we do them one at a time, or should we just transmute and all and just blaze from there? I think I want to do one at a time just because it's more cinematic. And I feel like I have better luck when I just concentrate on each one at a time. So here we got a double belt. He's not my favorite base. I mean, charms are pretty damn good. I mean, I'm running the rarity charm, which is completely killing it. I love rarity charms. I want 3 of them. I wonder if they stack. I don't know the answer to that. If anyone does, please tell me. But increased charges gained, not the best base. This is a pretty low implicit roll, so whatever. Let's just see what we can get on it. We got 2 affixes that basically I don't want at all. So rip to that belt. Let's see what we get on the next one. Armor, it's only a tier 3 and stun threshold. That's a rip to that belt. Ooh, we got a high life roll and we got a decent resistance roll. So that's pretty stellar. Oh, I got to get my chats back up here so I can see what's going on. All right. We're definitely going to play with this one for sure. How's the stream? What's going on, huh? Still up and going? Good. What in the world? Hopefully it's good for you guys. All right, this one definitely is deserving of a regal. See what we can get. Let's go, baby. We got thorns. So the maximum life roll tier is 10. This is only a tier 8. The cold res is tier 4. It can go to a tier 8. And now it's got a completely crap modifier on it with thorns. So that is rip to that belt. We will not continue. What do we got here? Armor, super high armor roll. Armor goes up to tier 10. This is a tier 8, but then it's got increased flask charges gained. And it's a tier 5. So that's almost a max roll, but it goes up to tier 6 on that one. So I'll regal this just to see what we get. We got life, and it's only tier 2. I mean, at this point, I'd like to see a lot more resistances already here. But for the prefixes, we got 2 out of 3 that we're really liking. I think I will exalt this once for the sake of the stream, just see what we get. A tier 1 life regen roll. That's going to be ripped for that belt. I will price check it real quick, but I somehow doubting this will be of any value to anyone. It does have super high armor, so I mean there is that. What does this go to? Oh, that's a max roll, so that's probably why I couldn't find anything. Yeah, it's worth, 2 exalts, pretty much. I'll put it in the 2 exalts tab just in case anyone wants it in my dump tab. So I have my tabs organized. So I have just everything priced for a specific price. So I can just throw an item in any of these tabs and sell it for that price really quickly. So it's a fast way for me to just dump in my items and sell them. And then, when I want to go and discount something, I'll just take it from here and say, oh, this didn't sell for 19. I'll move it to the 14 Exalt tab. Really great way of pricing and selling items quickly. Of course, you do have to have the premium tabs. I played PoE 1, so I've collected them over time. I love having tabs. I'm even going to buy more quad tabs during the next stash sale. So that'll be fun. All right, moving on. This one already has high armor and a great resistance on it. Max on the implicit roll, so this is a phenomenal candidate for regaling. We got a high life roll, so this is just fantastic already. I'm really loving how this is developing. Definitely gonna exalt it. Thorns! Thorns? Why thorns? A low thorns at that. Tier 3 thorns roll. I'll throw on one more exalt on it, see if we can get something good. Let's go. Yeah, we want chaos. We want charm slots. Number 1. We want chaos res. Number 2. Let's go. Oh, we got a second resistance on there, which is pretty nice. It's got a tier 5 and a tier 4 elemental. I will throw one more. This is actually pretty nice. The only bad roll is the thorns. So let's get one more good roll. Chaos or charms? I mean, charms would be lovely. We'd be making some money if we hit charms here. We'll probably make some money if we hit chaos as well. So let's go. Reduced flask charges used. Not what I wanted to see, and it's only tier 2. Let's price check this. So this is, again, a max roll. I don't want to limit it by that. I don't think it's that important. I'll put the minimum roll in there. Armor, life, fire, cold resistance. Those are all the relevant criteria I want to search. I'm going to leave these ones not checked off. So we're just going to search these ones and see what we come up with. So the as you know, the trading website's kind of broken right now with it valuing divines at like 10 exalts. So kind of sometimes I'll scroll past all the exalts inside, or all the divine listings, and see what the minimum exalt listing says. And there's one up here for 15 exalts. So I'm actually going to price this slightly lower. I'm going to undercut this guy. I'm going to put it here for 14 exalts. And I think that should probably sell. If not, we'll, drop it down to 9. No big deal. Definitely making money on this one. Cool. Next belt. 18 out of 20 on the implicit. Let's roll it up. Roll it up. Ooh, chaos, but then a low mana roll. All right. This one would be on the fence. Regals are basically free. I mean, I feel like maybe, you know, they're pretty inexpensive. So I am definitely going to regal it and see what we get. If we get something good, we'll continue. Let's go. Lightning res, tier 6. Hell yeah. That's good. Let's throw another one on here. Armor, super low armor roll. I wish it was higher, but it's not terrible. We'll chaos it again. We're spending currency today, boys. It's mainly about education for the stream, not necessarily, you know, having the largest profit margins available. But, you know, if we keep going, we'll hit that 1 divine, 2 divine item. Mana flask recovery rate. Oof. I'm going to say oof on that. So we got 3 prefixes. We can still hit another elemental res or the charm spots. So let's YOLO it. YOLO. Reduce flash charges used. Absolutely terrible. This is probably not worth a lot. We'll put in the armor, lightning, chaos, and the mana, I guess. See what we can find here. 10x, got a couple for 10x, or got one for 8x down here. I'm going to put this for 4x, and we'll see what happens with it. I can recoup my money on that. Next belt, let's go. Huge mana roll and big stun threshold, which is honestly not terrible. It's not the highest priority roll I want to see, but it's actually not bad either. So we are going to continue with this one. We get a resistance. It's only a tier 4, but that's a good roll. Let's see what else we get. Strength. That is a tier 5 strength roll. It goes up to tier 9. So honestly, not bad at all. Pretty cool. Let's continue. Ugh. Really bad. Tier 1. So should we F around with a chaos? Should we play with some chaos orbs? I'd love to just remove that. I mean, this belt is not crazy good. So if I use a chaos orb, for those of you that don't know, we are going to do it just for funsies and for educational purposes. Put 1 chaos orb right here. What it's going to do is remove a random modifier and augment a rare item with a new random modifier. So ideally, we're going to want to remove that tier 1 flask life recovery rate and get something good. So we have a 1 out of 5 chance to hit that. If we knock off like one of the, you know, if we knock off stun threshold or one of the resistances, maybe we can play around a little bit more. If we knock off the tier 10 mana, that's going to be a little bit painful. Let's see what happens, boys. All right, bye-bye. Increased flask life recovery rate. Bye-bye. Too bad this isn't like a god tier item, but that was a god tier roll for what we were going for. We nailed it. Nailed it. And what did we put on it? We put on armor, a tier 7 armor. Pretty damn good, guys. Let's do the final exalt. We're looking for, we only have a prefix left, so I'd love to see life on this. Life is definitely what we're going for. If we hit life, this is a pretty damn good belt. Let's go life. 1 time. Thorns. Super high thorns. I don't really know about thorns at all. I don't think anyone's created a thorns build I'm aware of yet, but it is what it is. I can't see my chats anymore because my stream keeps like going down. It's going down, man. What's going down? All right. I'm not missing anything right now at the moment, but we are going to continue. We're going to price this item right here. All right. What do we got here? We got armor, mana, strength, cold, and stun threshold. We'll lower the stun threshold because it's not super important. And see if we can pop up anything with that search criteria. We got one for 20x. Let's lower it down a little bit more. See what else pops up. What did I do? Did I mess something up? This was supposed to be 19. There we go. Still 20x. So I'll put this up for 14x, see what happens with it. Come and get it, boys and girls. Discounted items here at Cyclone 9's Emporium. All day, every day. All right. Next belt. Armor, tier 8. Increased charm charges gained. Not phenomenal, but it's worth the regal. See what we get. Thorns. That belt is ripped. Next belt. All right. Flask recovery rate, tier 6 cold. If that was like a tier 5 cold or tier 4, I'd probably just rip this belt right off the gate, but regals are cheap. Let's see what we get. 25 life. That is a really low life roll. I'm going to call this belt Gonzo. All right, moving on to the fine belts. The implicit on this doesn't vary, so it's always 0.17 charges per second, so we don't really have to pay attention to the implicit at all. Let's go YOLO and just go all 3 of these right now. We got mana, tier 8, and life regen. No, thank you. We've got mana and strength. I will regal this one. We got a lightning res tier 7. Let's exalt it. Stun threshold. And that kills all our suffixes. It's pretty hard because I really want charm spots or more resistances. Let's exalt it once and see if we get life or armor. No, that belt is probably not worth anything. Let's check it out. Not worth anything. It'll go in the to exalt tab. Maybe someone grabs it, or maybe I turn it into regals later. Regals or money. So this has got low life, high res. We'll throw a regal for funsies. And that belt is ripped. So, what are these worth anyway? I mean, I'm always wondering, should I vendor them or should... Yeah, belts are... Especially when they're crafted with only 3 mods, they're not worth very much money. So they're definitely worth disenchanting to get some regal shards back in my pocket, and or I guess transmutation or shards. Whoopity whoop whoop. All right, what else do we have for belts here? We're gonna do rawhide. Rawhide is next. We're gonna do utility. We're gonna do linen. All right. And we have an ornate and a wide. Okay, wide belts. Or actually, that's enough for our inventory right now. We'll get to those in a moment. All right, we're gonna YOLO, transmute, and augment all of these. So for those of you that don't know, if you right-click on a currency and then you hold shift, you can spam click the currency over and over and over again. Very useful tip to know. Boom. All right. Tier 11 mana. We can put a regal on it. 14 strength. Pretty low life regen, pretty low strength. That's going to be a rip. Tier 11 mana. Yeah, I just can't see going anywhere with that. We got high life and high lightning. So this one's definitely showing promise. If I was trying to conserve currency, a lot of these I wouldn't regal. This one, 100% definitely would. So, stun threshold, it's a tier 10 stun threshold, but it uses up 2 of my suffixes. I'd really love to see that charm slot on the final suffix. Let's get charm slots right now. How about that? Increase charm effect duration as a prefix. It's a tier 4. Still got that suffix spot for the charms. Let's go. Thorns. That's the rip to the belt, baby. Rippity rip rip. Yeah, let's price it out, see what we got here. Charm effect duration is honestly not terrible. Out of the ones I don't want, it's slightly better than some, I suppose. Let's lower this down. We'll put the lightning res at 35. We'll put this at 22. We'll put the life at 90 and see what pops up. No results. We'll put this at 20. Got it. 4x one, huh? So we can pop this for 4x and see what happens. Moving on. High mana with stun threshold. On the fence in normal circumstances about regaling this, but for educational sake, here we go. We got life and mana. Pretty high rolls. This is actually working out pretty well. I still got 2 suffix spots, so I can get the charm and the chaos res. Additional charm slots right now is what we'll get. We got armor. So that rounds out the prefixes. Those are the top 3 prefixes that I want. So here's the thing about this belt. I could continue with it and gamble, but as a base right now for someone that wants to craft, this is already worth a lot of money. Because, I mean, I doubt someone wants to metacraft this, but you can use omens so that the... when you chaos it, it only affects suffixes. So you could basically lock the prefixes in place. There's an omen that says your next chaos orb is only going to reroll a suffix. So if you wanted to metacraft this using omens, it would be a really great starting base because all 3 of the top ones are locked up in with high tier rolls. It's actually pretty substantial. No one really cares about that on this base. And for belt metacrafting, who's metacrafting belts? No one. They're metacrafting armors and weapons. So guess what? We're going to YOLO it and keep on going. 15 strength. Not great. One more time to get charms. 1 charm slot. One charm slot. Actually, pretty decent belt. Definitely. I think this one will sell for something. So I'll go ahead and look it up. The implicit's pretty low, was it? Yeah, it's pretty low on the implicit, sadly. But it's got some good stuff on it. So we're going to check it out and see what we get here. 1 divine. You know, I don't doubt that. I might put it up for 1 divine. Let's lower the rolls a little bit just to see if anything else pops up. That competes with it. And pretty much everything's 1 divine. So this one's going to go up for 1 divine. Very nice. We hit our first item that will sell for 1 divine, likely. We can always discount it later if it doesn't sell for 1 divine, but that shows some promise for sure. So next belt. High armor, low cold. Let's put a regal on it. We got stun threshold. Tier 7. Since this has a very, very low implicit roll, I'm just going to call this ripped. If it was a high implicit roll, like a 28 to 30%, I'd probably continue. But that low cold res and then stun threshold is not ideal, even being tier 7. So this belt is done. We got mid-tier mana and increased charges. I'm not even going to regal that. We got life and strength. We'll put a regal on this, see what happens. Got a decent elemental resistance. Let's use this exalted. We got max life and armor now for our prefixes. I do like that. And guess what, guys? This is a 30% on the implicit, so it's a max roll on the increased life recovery from flasks. So we're getting something good here. This has potential. We have room for 1 more suffix. We need to hit chaos res or an elemental res, or ideally the plus to charm spots. Let's go. And we hit lightning or fire res, super low tier. I don't think this is worth another exalt. It definitely is not, as we already hit 2 of the 3 that we wanted for prefixes. The only other good prefix we could really hit is mana, and there's a lot of bad ones we could hit. So it's definitely not worth another exalt. Let's check this out. We'll put this at 28. Got armor, we'll put it at 99. Life, we'll put at 88. Strength, we'll put at 15. So I lower these so I can see, you know, if there's anything competing that might be slightly worse than it. But, you know, for a better price, we can leave fire res alone. We'll put the lightning res at 30 and see what pops up. 5 divine. I don't think so. Let's go ahead and lower these a little bit more. We'll put this at 25. In fact, we'll put it at a min roll. I just want to see what happens with that. 88, 77, 12, 28. Let's see what else pops up. So we got one for 15x, 30x. I'm going to pop it in my 14 result tab, and I feel pretty confident it will sell for that at some point. So pretty good on that. Moving on, here we have 2 crappy affixes. That belt is already done. Here we got mana and tier 4 lightning. We'll put a regal on it, see what happens. We got a low life roll. I'm going to call that done. It's got, yeah, okay. These, again, on these utility belts, the implicit doesn't change. So it's always 20%. So that's not a big factor. On this next belt, we have a tier 10 life, which is pretty damn good, and a tier 8 stun threshold. Not the best suffix we could have, but it's still a high roll of it. And it's a medium tiered one for sure in terms of which one it is. Oh, that is really bad. Really, really bad. Should we chaos it for funsies? We got a 1 in 3 chance to remove that or ripping the belt. Let's go ahead and do it for entertainment purposes. Let's throw a chaos on this. We're looking to remove the mana recovery rate. I'm reading both. What's up, Alibaba? Welcome to the stream, man. We are crafting some belts today. We're going to be doing some gambling, and we're going to be running high tier maps. We're starting off with a little belt crafting educational section of the stream, so I hope you're enjoying. If you have questions, let me know. And if you have comments, you know, advice, I am open to that as well. This is pretty much for educational purposes, so I'm ripping more currency than I normally would, potentially being a little bit more lenient, but we're still making money. We're still definitely making money on our crafting session so far. All right, so we're going to chaos this for fun. In normal circumstances, if this wasn't on stream, I wouldn't be doing this. I'd probably just rip the belt. But let's check it out. So we're going to remove increased flask mana recovery. Look at that. We're just golden on chaoses today. Woo! Got a little armor roll there. It's only a tier 4, but it's definitely an improvement. So we will continue with this one. Let's get increased charm slots or chaos res, please. All right, we got increased flask recovery rate. And that kind of pairs well with the implicit, so it could be worse. Yeah, crafting can be a little bit complicated, Alibaba. I know it can be a struggle for sure. But the more you do it, the better you get at it. And honestly, just have fun with it, right? If you enjoy crafting, then do it. If not, then, you know, just if you're trying to upgrade your gear specifically, you know, buy some stuff from the trade site. If you're just looking to make currency, you know, run some maps. But crafting can be a great way to make currency, and you got to utilize PoEDB. I'll bring it back up for you guys so you can take a look. The resource that is really important to be using, it's not mandatory. You'll get a feel for this the more you do it, but it really helps to get you a frame of reference in terms of, you know, what you're aiming for your crafts. So here's everything that you can craft on a belt, right? So I already went over this at the beginning of the stream, but the number one thing I'm wanting to see on my belts is the increase to charm slots. So I can get a +2 charm increase to charm slots. That is the number one thing I want to see that's going to increase the value of any belt. The number 2 thing I'm trying to roll here is chaos resistance. So you can get up to 27% on chaos resistance, which is pretty hard to find. There's not enough data to show how each roll is weighted, meaning some rolls are harder to acquire. So chaos resistance is going to be a lower likelihood of rolling. Same with the charm slots, a lower likelihood. And that's why they're, you know, not only are they the best things that you can put on a belt, but they're also rarer to acquire. So they increase the value of any sort of craft by a lot. Those are the main two. The other things you definitely want to look out for are high elemental resistances, a high tier strength roll, and for prefixes, life, mana, and armor. The name of the app I'm running. One sec here. That was my chat. Okay. The name of the app I'm running is called PoE2 Overlay, I believe is what it's called. Yeah, let's check it out here. It's PoE Overlay 2 is the name of it. Super helpful. It saves some time. It is good to get to practice using the trade site because it's a lot more accurate. This is faster for sure for just a quick price check, but if you have anything of a real value, you're going to want to go and look at the other items that are listed. Where this tool I'm using, it doesn't allow me to actually look at the items. But all right, where were we with this? We got high life, mid armor, a couple other things. We'll throw exalts on it for fun. Got a bunch of them. We're looking to get that increased to charm slots. So let's go. Or chaos res. Reduce charms used. So that rounds out. Oh, I had 2 suffixes remaining. So now I only have 1. Didn't like seeing that, that's for sure, because you kind of need to have some sort of resistances on your belt, and now we only have 1 suffix remaining for this, which is sad. Very sad. Because even if I roll an elemental, I mean, it's got to be a really high elemental roll, or it's got to be charms or chaos, otherwise this belt is kind of useless, but we'll do it for educational purposes, guys. Let's hit it. Let's gamble. We got terrible roll with that life regen. There's some themes on this a little bit. So, you know, people that are running life flask and relying on it heavily, they want usually that instant recovery from it. A lot of those people are going to be armor and life based individuals. So we got some theme going on here, which might help us a little bit. But no, this belt is basically ripped. It's not worth anything. As you can see, there's a bazillion at 1 exalt. I'll put it in my 2 exalt tab for vendoring later if no one wants to pick it up from me. Rip. Next, we got midlife high tier stun. We'll throw a regal for fun. Normally I wouldn't on this, just to see what we get. We get life regen, super high life regen, but it's really not what I'm looking for. So we'll rip that belt. Not worth the exalt. High life with a tier 5 elemental resistance. Yeah. Cool, it's got potential. Let's go with this. Let's see what the regal does for us. Really low elemental resistance. Pretty sad because I don't want to use up my suffixes with crap. I'll put 1 exalt on it, see where it goes from here. Tier 4 strength. I'm going to call it good on this one. We'll price check it for fun. Because these are all usable. They're just not super high rolls. So let's see if anyone wants to sell one of these. They're going for 10 exalts. This still has 2 things that can be added to it. I can add 2 more prefixes. So I will put it up for 9 exalts. And honestly, that's probably a deal. I think someone will pick it up for that. You know, seeing as they can gamble with it a little bit further if they're wanting. So happy with that. This one's got a tier 9 armor and a tier 7 fire res. Hell yeah. This is great start. So let's see what we get. Let's get a good thing right out the gate so we can be excited, baby. Increased flash charges gained. Not what I wanted to see. Let's put an exalt on it. Ooh, we got another resistance. So now we got fire and cold. And they're both pretty high. That is all of the suffixes though. So I will put 1 more exalt on this, hoping to hit life. You know, and that's really what we want. We could hit mana too. But other than that, this belt is looking mediocre. Let's see what we get. We got mana. 1 more for life. Yeah, if we roll life, it'd be actually pretty decent. And we rolled life. Look at that. And those are pretty high rolls out the gate. This turned itself around pretty quick. Look at that. Not bad at all. So we'll price check this for sure. We're gonna lower the armor. We'll put a lower amount of life in here. We'll put 99. For mana, that can be, 70. That's fine. Fire res, let's put it at 35. Cold res, let's put it at 25. And we'll leave this off. 2 divine, 45x. So yeah, this improved dramatically. I honestly do think it's funny. I was about to stop gambling with it, and then I just rolled 2 like mega rolls. So that's pretty badass. I think I will put this up for 2 divine. Or maybe I should just put it up for 1 and YOLO it. Discounted prices for everybody. We'll put it up for 2. We can always decrease it later. So these tabs over here are all automatically set. In case you didn't know this, you can right click on any of your tabs and you can select set exact price on all items. Have this one set to 1 divine orb, as you can see. This one, I don't have it set. It's just set to each individual, each item individually priced. So in order to price an item individually, you put it in the tab, you right click on it, you select this little drop down, we select exact price, we'll put 2 divine orbs right there for that. Cool. Got a good one. We've gotten, what, 2 belts that are in the divine orb threshold, so that's pretty nice for a crafting session. This has got a tier 7 armor and increased charges gained. I'm not going to mess. Wait, the implicit. So we're looking at linen belts now, which have mana recovery. This is a pretty high implicit, so we'll throw a regal on it for fun. We got cold res, pretty nice. Let's put the exalt. Thorns. Don't think I want to continue with those. Let's see what we got here. So people are saying 5x. Honestly, I don't think so. I'll put it up for 2. Someone can come grab it. Low life, low mid-life regen. I'm not going to mess around with this. Also, the implicit is the min roll on it. So yeah. Oh, I know. Dude, Alibaba, man. You got to buy the stash tabs when they're on sale for sure. So I played PoE 1 and I was a veteran of the game. You get all your stash tabs transferred over if you played PoE 1. So a lot of these came through the course of playing the game for a long period of time. But yeah, support the game, man. PoE 2 is amazing. If you have the cash, buy some stash tabs for sure. It's the best way to invest the money. Unless you're really into, aesthetics and you want those to look really cool in game, you can do that route, but stash tabs for the win. And I like quad tabs the most. I have all these non-quad tabs, which are useful, but if I'm going to buy more tabs, I'm buying more quads. This belt's ripped. High tier mana. And it's paired with a pretty low implicit. Normally I wouldn't regal this at all. How many regals we have? We still have 100. Let's put a regal on it for fun. Chaos res. Great roll. We're not there yet, though. This has to be paired with some other good stuff. I wish the implicit was higher. I finally get my chaos roll, and it's on a crap base. Oh, hell yeah, man. Yeah, show your support. You got a big EA pack, huh? That's awesome. Probably looking fly in game. I'm not looking that fly. I just got the streamer drops on right now. The belts, I've just been picking them up as I'm mapping. So anytime I see a white base for a belt in any high tier map, I'll pick it up. In fact, let's look at some of the item levels on this. So look, item level 55. Wait, what am I doing? 81, I mean. 79, 80, 81. Item level 79, 80, 78, 79. So the item level is relevant. And here's some more in-depth stuff for you guys. Some of the stuff you don't really need to worry about too much, but if you want to be, the highest echelon of crafting knowledge, you have to consider item level. And the reason why you have to consider item level is some of the max tiers of the affixes can only roll on an item that has a certain high item level. So most of these are, somewhat high item level. Let's bring back up PoE here for a second. So in PoE PoE2DB, if you click on any of these affixes, so let's say life, for example, it's got 10 tiers. If you scroll down and show the highest tier right now, it says that it has to be item level 68 to hit the highest tier. So that's relevant. All of my bases are higher item level 68. I think maps start at 65. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's like 66 or 67. So you pretty much don't want to be picking up bases there. You want to be running, tier 5 maps or higher for picking up bases to craft on. And charm slots, it's got to be item level 64. So again, if you're picking up bases and you're running tier 5 maps or higher, that should be sufficient to hit these big thresholds. Let's look at the other big one, Chaos. So with Chaos, look at that. You can only roll the max tier Chaos roll if it's item level 81. So essentially, you have to be running a tier 15 and getting irradiated or corrupted on your Atlas, which gives monsters +1 level to hit bases that are item level 81. You could be running a tier 16, that's corrupted to get that. But so for the highest chaos rolls, I wouldn't worry about it too much. As long as you're running tier 5 or higher, you're getting pretty much all the rolls you're wanting. The only one you're going to be missing out on that you can't roll is the highest tier of chaos, unless you're picking up, item level 81 belts. So that's some more in-depth information for you guys. Let's get back to it. All right, where were we at with this? We got the chaos res, but we got the low implicit. We are going to put an exalt on it and see what we get. So we got 2 suffixes. Really want the plus to charm slots. That would be amazing. A life roll would also be great. Let's see what we get. Ooh. We got a life regen, and that rounds out the suffixes. So, not fantastic. See if we get life or mana. Oh, we already got mana. So let's see if we get life or armor. Ooh, this belt went south quick. Showed some promise, but it went south quick. Let's price it and see if it's worth anything. Don't really think that it is. So that belt just ripped on those last 2 rolls. It's probably not even going to sell for 2 exalts. We'll put it there. We still got 1 hanging out down here. Let's take a look at this. Armor, reduced charms. It's only tier 6 armor, so this belt is already done. So we are going to disenchant the rest of these and call it good. Just a couple more belts. I think you guys get the point. Gone over everything that's noteworthy in terms of belt crafting. Let me bring my chat back up so I'm not missing anything. So Alibaba, check out my channel. I just put out a video. I think it's the most recent one, and it talks about all of the highest tier bases for each item spot. So I put out a short recently too where I sold 4 white bases. So just normal bases of this body armor, Expert Hexer's robe. I sold 4 of those just white, not even crafted on, for 7x a piece. So I made 28 exalts just picking up white bases of this particular robe. You're not guaranteed that all the time, but when I was putting in my crafting tab that was listing every item for 4x, too many people were messaging me, and I was like, hey, I'm trying to save bases for my crafting stream. So I put it up to 7x, it's this tab right here. And they were just hanging out here, and people are coming in periodically buying white bases of the highest tier bases from me for 7 exalts. You change this to 4 and you're picking up white bases, you're still going to be getting people coming and trying to buy those bases from you. People that want to be crafting and don't want to take all the time to find them in their maps. So yeah, check out that video that I made, and you'll see what all the best bases are for each item slot. Very useful resource for you guys. Hope you enjoy it. Do we have any belts left? We do. We're going to get the remainder of our belts. All right. One other thing I want to cover that I think is pretty cool, in case you guys didn't know, there are specialty tabs. So this is my currency tab. And if I right click on it, you can select an affinity. An affinity essentially means that whenever I put an item in my stash, it'll automatically go to this stash tab if it matches the affinity. So currency is selected here, which means anytime I'm putting currency into my stash, regardless of what page I'm on, I control left click this, it goes into the stash, it goes directly into my currency tab, into the spot where it's designated. So that's pretty cool with premium stash tabs as well. Let's get back to the crafting. Yeah, no, I know about the trade site being broken right now, Alibaba. So the point he's making to everyone that's not reading chat with me is right now the PoE2 trade site is valuing uh, divine orbs at 10x. It's 10x. So you're going to see items listed for one divine before you see items that are listed for 10x, which is so far away from what is actually occurring in the market, with divine orbs being like 65 exalts or something like that. So that's something you really need to take into consideration when you're pricing items. I'm going to show you guys a neat little trick that I think you will enjoy on how to negate that if you're looking for items that you want to purchase on the trade site. So if you come down here onto the trade site and you click the show filters area and you scroll to the bottom right down here, you can select buyout price and you can select what you're wanting to see. So if you select exalted orbs and you type in 30 here, it's not going to show you any divine listings, which is pretty cool. So I don't have a good example right offhand. Well, we'll just do minion plus to minion skills, and we'll do 5. Maybe we'll find some for 30 exalts. No results. Let's try 4. So here you can see you can get a scepter with +4 to minion skills for 1 exalt, whereas yeah, if we add here, let's add one more thing. Minion attack speed. No. What is it? Allies. Attack speed 12. Someone's messaging me in game. They want to buy an item from me. We'll do that. Sure. Hello, friendo. Come on down to Cyclone 9's Emporium. Vortex Edge Siphoning Wand. What? Oh, I got a second one I got 2 people wanting to come kick it. So I got this helm for 4. Trade with this guy. Here you go, buddy. Take a look at this item. This is what's selling. It's got +2 to minion skills on the helm, selling for 4 exalts. Thank you, good sir. And now we got a wand for sale. That's in the 2 exalt tab right here. 26 cast speed, 146 mana on a siphoning wand. So that's going to sell for 2 exalts. There you go, friend. Have a good day. Merry Christmas to all. Hope you enjoyed your visit to Cyclone 9's Emporium. So yeah, just doing a couple trades. That's kind of what it looks like. This tool, PoE Overlay 2, super helpful with trades. You saw the guy that was Mandarin or something, though. It didn't pop up in my overlay. So it really only captures certain whispers that come to you. But it's actually pretty damn useful. Cool. Let's get back to crafting, guys. Let's YOLO transmute all these and augment and see what we get. So the max implicit is 30% on this. This one has high life and increased flash charges gained. So life is good. The other one, not so good. Oh, did I not? I didn't. Crap. I didn't turn off my screen, so you guys didn't see all the trades that occurred. My bad. But you can see here, I sold this item for 4 exalts right here, this horn. Expert horned crown. And then this siphoning wand for 2 exalts. So you get a sense of what people are buying. There you go. Cool. All right, moving on. On this one, we got life. The max life roll, it goes up to tier 10, so this is a tier 8, pretty high. We'll regal it, see what we get. Excuse me. Need some water. Cool. So, yeah. Stun threshold, not fantastic. I'm probably just ripping this belt right here. Yeah, this belt is ripped. So we've got here, we got garbage. This one has a pretty high lightning resist. It goes up to tier 8. Yeah, tier 8. But the other affix is not great. Let's regal it, see what we get. We got another elemental resistance that's also tier 7, so that was a great roll. The implicit on this, by the way, is 27 out of 30, so pretty good. We're definitely exalting this. And we got a high armor roll. Well, we got a mid armor roll, I should say. It goes up to tier 10. This is a tier 6 armor roll. For those of you that don't know, if you hover over an item and hold Alt, that's when you can see the tiers. They're over there kind of faint on the right-hand side. So that's really useful. And on the left-hand side, you can see which is an implicit, a prefix, and a suffix. So right now I have 2 prefixes, 2 suffixes, and I'd really love to get that final suffix as plus to charm slots. So let's go. And I ripped that pretty hard. Got a tier 1 increased charm charges gained. So goodbye, belt. Fun while it lasted. Got 2 resistances on it still. Increased life recovery. It's not terrible. We'll just put this pretty low. Actually, we'll leave it off for now and see what pops up, just as is. 2 divine, highly doubt that. Let's massage these numbers a bit. And we got another incoming trade for 2 exalts. We'll get back to this momentarily. We'll invite this guy to come hang out. This is still showing it's going to sell for 1 divine. I guess people are prioritizing increased flash charges gained as the base. I'm going to lower this a little bit more and see what pops up to get a more accurate price on this. So you got a bunch for 5 exalts. I'm going to put it up for 14 exalts, see what happens with it, and get this fine gentleman their item. They're going to buy this shield right here. Block chance, life, strength, int, cold. Decent shield for 2 exalts. Thank you, good sir. Have a nice, happy holiday. A Merry Christmas. Well, he canceled it. What the crap? Do you still want this item or do you not want this item, my friend? I guess he does not want that item. I suppose maybe someone else whispered him. C'est la vie. No sweat off my balls. All right. These are the ripped ones. Let's see here. This is already ripped. Terrible. Armor and strength. We'll regal this and see what we get. Stun threshold, it's really low on the implicit, so we need something pretty spectacular. Life regen is not going to do it. This has pretty low implicit as well, 22 out of 30. It's got a pretty high strength roll. We will regal it for fun. Normally I probably wouldn't. We got stun threshold. We're going to call that a rip. So that concludes our belt crafting extravaganza. Good times were had by all. Definitely made some money when some of these divine sell. Got a couple that were 14x. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I think that was just about it. Put one up here for 9. Yeah, and we will definitely sell some of these items, even if they need to get discounted. And, you know, easily we're going to make 1 divine on that crafting session. I think there's no doubt of that, and probably more. So you guys got any questions for me? Yeah, they're going to fix the trade site, Alibaba. GGG's on break right now, so no one was watching how the economy developed. but they will fix it when they come back, and we're going to get a patch pretty soon. Right now, you just gotta go with the flow of things. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this stream. I'm going to take a little break, and I'll edit this into a video so you can go and watch it again for all of your enjoyment and educational needs. That was belt crafting with Cyclone 9. Hopefully it was informative for you and helps you up your game in Rayclast. Again, guys, I'm a pretty new content creator, so if you like, comment, subscribe, it means the world to me. It means that I'll keep doing this, doing more streaming, making more videos for you guys. I really appreciate it. This is Cyclone 9 signing out. Peace, love, and abundance to you and yours. Bye, guys.